Hey guys, Mike Libertarian here. It's been another hot, humid Monday here in southern Louisiana, God's country. I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. Let's go ahead and answer some of these questions y'all had. First off, y'all had a lot of really good questions, a lot of them hot-button issues concerning libertarianism. I intend on addressing all of them more in depth in a future series in making the case for libertarianism. But for now, let me just summarize all of them by saying that I'm a minarchist, and that means that I want a government whose primary purpose is to serve as a legal protector for individual liberty in an imperfect world. And that government really shouldn't be in the business of doing much else. No military industrial complex, no welfare state. But because volunteerism is an important part of liberty, I give some of my time and money to local charities, I support the local arts, but I just don't see how my society would be virtuous if everyone was compelled to do the same by government force. I know this explanation may still be vague or insufficient for some of you, and I promise to go in greater detail issue by issue in my later series on libertarianism, but for now this video is pretty much just going to be focusing on more personal questions. First up, we got Epic, E-O-P-Y-K, Epic. It's question, what is your favorite thing? Not a thing, actually, a person. Back when I was still a deist, I had a Christian friend who brought me to a Hillel meeting on campus. Hillel is a Jewish student organization. I ended up meeting a girl there, and we began dating, and we hit things off very well, and now we've been together for almost 2.5 years. So my girlfriend is my favorite thing. Person. What places would you like to see? I guess the best way to handle this question is to explain where I've already been. I've been to most of the continental United States, Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Canada, Australia, England, France, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria. I really want to go back to Germany because I was only there for a few hours. We kind of skipped in and went and saw the Eagle's Nest. So I want to go back and see Germany, but I technically have been Italy, Greece, Egypt. Egypt was awesome. Egypt was amazing. Take the river cruise or whatever. I mean, it's so good to see a lot of these ancient sites. And China. China was another very interesting place. Had a lot of good, had a lot of bad, but I mean, it's certainly a place you should try to go see. As for what I've yet to see, of all the things that I've yet to see, I think what I want to see most is the Galapagos Islands and perhaps also the Amazon rainforest. And if I can touch on, including those things, if I can touch on Antarctica, that'll pretty much have touched on every continent for me. Next, Exaggerated Elegy asks, are there any individuals or materials that you would regard as particularly significant in the formulation of your current perspectives? Some of you will have noticed my channel title reads, Why Not Try Liberty? This is a quote from Frederick Bastiat, a contemporary of de Tocqueville, writing his last work, well, the last work he finished prior to his death in 1850, The Law, a classic blueprint for a just society. If any of you find time to read it, I should point out in a little disclaimer, I have two major disagreements with him in this work. First, I do not believe that natural rights of man come from any god, whereas he does. And second, I am in favor of women's suffrage. Remember, he was writing in the 1840s. He does not. He thinks it's a socialist scheme to usurp the power from the real people. But I do believe in women's suffrage, and that being said, I think that the natural rights of man are also the natural rights of woman as well. Tattoo Skin 72. I've met a few ex-Christians on YouTube, some that came from extremely fundamentalist backgrounds. Most left the faith because of overwhelming evidence against it. Why do you believe it's easier for some people than for others to leave it? And also, do you think that people like Crazy316 and others like him are for real, or are they just putting on a show for views? You know, it's a new experience for me to meet atheists who weren't raised in some kind of superstition. All I can tell you is that while I can't speak to particular individuals because I don't know them personally, on the whole, they really believe what they're saying. Even only 5 years ago, I would have been arguing the gay marriage debate from Crazy 316's side of the issue. I remember my thoughts at the time, and I had little doubt that I was justified. I knew the truth, and all who disagreed with me were condemned to hell, for the Bible told me so. At the end of the day, escaping the prison of faith requires the seeds of serious doubt to be planted, and I mean a huge fucking pine cone. Many seeds, each one with the potential to grow into a massive tree of knowledge. If there is any miracle about religion, it is in being able to escape it. Alright, Anti-Boo 86. Do you play any video games, and if so, which ones? I mostly play first-person shooters and real-time strategy. If you want my top 3 of each genre that I like to play, for first-person shooters, we have Crysis, Half-Life, and, of course, Halo. For real-time strategies, my top 3 are Command & Conquer, Homeworld, a little lesser-known game, but y'all really should check it out. It's 3D environment, spaceships and everything. It's awesome. They even have mods for where you can redo everything in Star Trek or Star Wars. It's really cool. And then finally, the Total War series, which I've been playing since it was only Shogun Total War, and now even with all the bugs at launch, Empire Total War is the greatest ever, leaps and bounds ahead of everything that came before it. Mephistopheles. Why is there 100 subscription tradition? Well, why is there any tradition? One dude a long time ago did it. A couple other people liked the idea, so they started doing it. And then a while later, some dude finally attached the word tradition when they did it. And now today we do it as if it is the way it's always been done, even though that's not the case. That's something we should all think about the next time someone tries to advocate something as being the traditional thing, the way it has always been done, when most things about our society just nothing is truly traditional the way it has always been done. Something has always been invented, and usually a lot more recently than you realize. P3er. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? Flying. What is your best dream that you can remember? The one where I was flying. And finally, coffee or cheese? Cheese. Swiss cheese, actually. Swiss cheese is the shit. All other cheese. No, Colby Jack is awesome. But yeah, Swiss cheese and Colby Jack, everything else is abomination. Remove it from my sight.